everybody. Okay, welcome back. This is the next one in this series, and this one is Web Team Positions Defined for the Small Business Owner, UX Designer. So basically, what is a UX designer? It stands for User Experience Designer, and they go by a couple different names, but that's kind of the main one. And basically what it is that their job is to keep the web designer, previously we talked about, in check. So what happens is, not a lot, but I mean, because seasoned designers kind of know what to expect. But what they do is they go through a web designer's mock-up or a web designer's wireframe, and they go through and they say, nope, you can't do that. And what they're doing is that they're looking at it from the customer's perspective, the people who actually visit the site, the people who are going to be using the end product. User experience people are not just web design or not just for internet. They can be for offline products. They can be for people walking through a store. It's a user experience, right? So the people that are on a web team, of course, are for websites or for online applications. So what they do is they go through and they, from the mind of a user, tell a designer like, hey, you know, this isn't so clear, or this button really needs to be the color red, or this button or this layout isn't going to work because it just takes too long to get to the point, or that kind. Those are the kind of responses, right? And yes, a web designer does know some of these things, but a user experience designer, it is their job, right? Like they are up on to date on the industry standards. They know what to expect. Like this is like where they have honed their skills, and they can kind of come up with stuff that you would never expect. But that is the job. That is their position. And in a web team is to kind of keep everything in check from the user experience, because a lot of times stuff is easier on a web designer or a web developer to do a certain way, and you know they might try to gravitate towards those things, but a user experience can be like, no, 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 this isn't right, this is going to confuse this person. And in an internet environment, attention span is next to nothing, right? So in an online environment, you want to be able to get the end user, the visitor, to where they need to be in like no time flat. And the only way to do that is to really evaluate the way your site loads, the way your site flows, and also just kind of what is the feeling that that person is left with after they have left your site. Did you follow up with them? Did you, because it's not just websites, right? Did you follow up with them via email? Did you get a phone call? Did you get a good customer service experience? All those things fall under this giant umbrella of user experience. You know, was the site visually appealing? Did it stand out amongst the competitors for the way that they made that customer, that visitor feel? So it's more of a psychology thing, but it is important because it is what curates the way the site works, right? Is the sidebar too big? Is this, you know, those are kind of decisions that do fall under the web design realm, but they are backed up by actual science with the user experience. So that's kind of, it's a little bit of a shorter video because their realm is so massive and so small at the same time. Like their job is to make the visitor happy. And the only way to do that is for them to know, you know, the technical things, including site load time. When a customer, and you're doing your user group testing, where do their eyes go? How when they're looking at the thing, what do they click on first? You know, when they analyze the analytics for the site, you know, what steps did the customer take to get to the end goal? You know, if you have a product layout or an e-commerce site, you know, what did the customer want? Were they left looking for something? Did they have the right specs that they needed? Would it have been better to have a wish list on the site, or did the wish list take them away from the owner's goals of getting them to the purchase sooner? So it's that kind of experience. It's not just for the visitor. It's largely for the visitor, because if you make your user happy, then usually it converts to more sales. But it's also, did it get you to the end result that you were wanting as an owner as well? So that's kind of what a user experience UX designer is about. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. I am more than happy to try to clarify if you have additional questions. Also, like and subscribe. And if you need help, like if you need like just a consultation, just somebody to go over your site, I do offer 30-minute and 60-minute consultations, and I will leave the link below about where to go to register for those, and the prices are there as well. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much, and look out for the next series, which is a web developer. All right, thanks. Bye.